President Trump's trade war may cost local farmers hundreds of millions of dollars. Soybean prices have spiraled since talk began this spring, and now worry is growing as harvest approaches. Our political editor Chris Williams on what's at stake and why areas that helped elect the president really do have the most to lose.
Wading through green up to his waist.
Blooming down to the bottom, sitting on pods.
Fred Sipes tries to remain optimistic.
Like I said, we've been blessed with some rain here the past few weeks. We could use another rain with the heat we've had.
But he's starting to worry about another color, that on the mind of soybean farmers across America's midsection. Red, as in the wrong side of the financial ledger.
Everybody's pretty worried, pretty nervous.
America's heartland, soybean country, is also Trump country, having fed President Donald Trump's 2016 election win. Since the president began talking up a trade war with China and the European Union, these beans have gone from being worth $10.54 per bushel to about $8.40 per bushel.
With our high input cost of seed, chemical, fertilizer, and equipment and land cost, there's not much profit margin in $8 beans.
Sipes, the vice president of Kentucky's Soybean Association, says he hates talking politics. But when I asked whether the trade war was to blame, he answered without hesitation.
When the talk of tariffs were just starting to come out, soybean prices started dropping. We haven't had any big weather scares or anything like that around, and
it's all tariffs.
It's all tariffs right now. The talk of tariffs.
These soybeans represent the biggest export crop in Kentucky. 1/3 of the beans grown in this field will head to China.
The whole state of Kentucky produced right at 100 million bushels last year.
So if you're looking at 100 million bushels and prices down $2 a bushel, that's $200 million Kentucky's going to lose.
Do the math there pretty quick, yes.
It's enormous.
We took farmers' concerns to Senator Rand Paul and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Nobody wins a trade war, and so it would be good if it ended soon, and I hope it does.
Senator Paul explained that the president has control of this issue. Any attempt at passing legislation to withdraw his authority would face a veto, and a plan that is veto-proof lacks support.
And as the trade war gets worse, and as farmers and others are hurt, I think you may see more and more people calling for new legislation.
I just hope they're listening to our concerns and working hard every day to make things right.
In about 2 months, farmers will crank up the combines for the start of harvest, which means unless the president acts soon, any relief may be too late. In Meade County, Chris Williams, WHAS 11 News.
Chris also explains that Indiana farmers could lose more. The Hoosier State is the nation's 5th biggest producer of soybeans. Who knew, right? If last year's harvest sold for $2 less per bushel, Indiana farmers would see a revenue drop of more than $640 million. Doug?